Everybody. Hey, Adrian. Welcome to the Wolf and Hound Live, where we will be discussing several things and just ordinary run of the mill bullshit. We just wanted to hang out with you guys and bullshit. And that fucked me up. So we just wanted to hang out with you guys this evening. I know some of you are probably snowed in. Yo, Joshua Cole, my lemon meringue brother. What is going on? So anyway, yeah, we wanted to. Well, first of all, Hound's not on the camera because he's monitoring the chat and stuff like he usually does. Hold on a minute. We'll save the rest of this for later. So, as most of you know, we excuse me, whoa, wow. All right, let me start up. As most of you know, we finally, after all this time, reached our 1 millionth view. And not only did we reach our 1 millionth view, which we're like surpassed 1 million now, we've also reached another milestone. We've reached 1,300 uploads. So that's pretty good. Yo, what's up, Daniel? How's it going? Good to see you. Yeah, that's all right, A. Brown. I was wondering where you was, but you can always go back and rewatch. The video that we did and we premiered the other night was what we call a fill-in video because, as none of you really knew, but we were supposed to get up with Kevin the Custodian Ghost Hunter and Caleb and go investigate the haunted house of books. But due to unseen circumstances that was out of anybody's control, we had to cancel that. And because there's just some things that are way more important than an investigation. And so we came back home. That's how we wound up at the Haunted Mausoleum. I said that, I looked at Hound. I said, you know what? I said, our people deserve a video. It's been at least 2 weeks since we premiered one. So let's just go to the mausoleum. We'll be inside. It was cold. So that was the video that you saw Monday night. And it was a pretty good. I broke my damn glasses, so I'm having to wear them like an old school marm, as you see. So that's how we wound up at the mausoleum. Now, what we didn't expect was some of the activity. The spirits were definitely moving around inside the mausoleum. And as y'all saw for yourselves. Yeah, thank you, Adrian. Hey, Parasolo, how's it going, brother? So that's what we did. And it turned out to be pretty good. I haven't heard from Kevin to see if he wants to reschedule. I'm actually thinking about asking to see if he wants to just come down here and maybe go back to the old factory or something along those lines. So I don't know. We'll have to talk to him. I know he's been busy working. I haven't really got in touch with him since Sunday. What?
I don't know how true this is. I was just reading something as I was going to the chats. It kind of caught my attention, but it's something new. Facebook Messenger might be doing.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, look,
they're now going to start including a feature that lets the user know if somebody is recording or screenshotting their chats.
Oh yeah, that's good, useful information. Yeah. Hey, Elena, how are you? Yeah, that place. Hey, Laura Lee, what's up, my frozen friend from way up north? And so anyhow, that's how we wound up there. And if you hear us, we mentioned the 1 million views, because we hadn't reached it yet. We actually reached it. When did we reach it? Sunday morning, Monday morning, something like that. Okay, now I guess I should go ahead and tell you guys.
I have to go ahead and tell you. Hold on, let me look.
I am no longer. What?
The 21st.
Okay, on the 21st is when we reached the 1 million. So, like I said, we've surpassed that, and now we're at 1,300 some. Hey, cowgirl, uploads too. So yeah, we've got a few now. Our last remaining goal, that the goals that we set when we first started Wolf and Hound, we only have one goal left to go, and that's reach 5,000. After we reach 5,000 subscribers, us gaining any more subscribers, none of that matters to us. I mean, we're going to continue to do what we're doing, but we will no longer be focusing on any numbers because, like I said, when we first started, we had people say, Wolf and Hound, they're never going to amount to nothing. They're never going to last. And the crazy thing is all the folks that said that about us are gone. And they're the ones who didn't last. And we're still here. Brother Ben, what's going on, my brother? And Karen, how are you? And anyway, I can't really see because I don't have my glasses, so I'm having to look at the big screen TV. So as usual, if you see me looking up, that's what I'm looking at. So anyway, let me tell y'all about, well, I don't work for the grocery store anymore. Some of those folks that work there think that they're better than everybody else, even though I have over 25 years experience working in kitchens and stuff. Man, I was treated like I was a complete dumbass. The final straw, well, there was really several final straws, but hey, Fawn, the final straw for me was, as I found out, there was an elderly white lady that worked up there in the deli with us, and she worked in the mornings. I can't recall her name. She was an old lady, an elderly lady in her 80s. And she actually started she got hired the same time I did. And on several occasions, I heard the other folks that worked back there, bad mouthing her, giving her a hard time. And I guess she finally just got fed up with it and she walked out and she didn't come back. That's happened a lot since I've been there. Since I've worked for this particular food line, 6 people has walked out of there. 6. I made number 7 because when I went to work last Friday, and I'd worked for probably about an hour and a half, and they had some guy in there who had on a Food Line shirt, which was like 3 sizes too small for him. I know it was terrible, and it pissed me off because the first thing I recognize is that's somebody's mother, somebody's grandmother, and they're probably just trying to survive. And these pieces of shit that work up there, gave this lady a hard time. So anyway, so I went to work Friday, and the first thing I noticed when I came on to start my shift was our wing bar was down really low. The wing bar is supposed to be kept up, topped off at all times. That is a number one part of your job as the fry cook in the deli at Food Line. And it was. Then the next thing I noticed was the third round and final round of rotisserie chickens were not in the rotisserie oven. And that's unheard of because everything up there goes by times. I saw that, Joshua. Thank you, brother. And so I'm scrambling. I'm scrambling to get the rotisseries in the rotisserie oven to get them cooking. They should have been like at least a quarter of the way through. I was struggling to get the wing bar back up. Hey, our baller. And so the assistant, now get this, the assistant kitchen manager, seems to have an attitude, and I've already had to have words with her before, because like when Mr. Sir was sick, and so I came to her and said, "Hey, look, I need to talk to Allie about I need to have that Thursday off after Christmas," which it was like almost wasn't it a week, and she said, "Oh, you got to have a 2 weeks notice to ask for days off," and I said, "Well, wait a minute, what?" Yeah, it was bullshit. I said, "So wait just a damn minute." I said, "What if things pop up?" And I can appreciate that, because some people just be bullshitting. I said, "But what if situations arise?" "Well, I don't know about that, but you have to have 2 weeks notice." And I said, "Well, let me tell you something." I said, "Regardless whether you give me Thursday after Christmas off or not," I said, "I'm not going to be here. So if you schedule me, I'm going to be a call out, because the well-being of my animal is more important than frying somebody some fucking chicken tenders." And that's for sure. Considering that 3 days before that, we thought Mr. Sir was going to die. And
yeah, now he's got something else wrong with it.
Yeah, well, he's got another little issue. It's not a health-wise issue like that. I don't know what it is.
Could turn into.
So anyway, so it was getting on about 3:00, and it was time to do the 3:00 fry. When I get there, we do a 3:00 fry. Everything, like I said, has times. So when those times are up, you're putting new stuff out, and you're taking the old stuff back, and you're cold packing it. And so this so-called assistant kitchen manager looked over at this other dude who couldn't keep up anyway, and said, "Are you okay doing the fry?" And he's like, "Yeah, I think I got it." And this bitch looked at me, pointed her finger at me, and said just like this, "You chips," because we do nacho chips, and we bag them, we put the sell stickers on them. And I was like, all right, and that pissed me off, because I don't like for somebody to point their fucking finger at me and say, "You chips," like I'm her personal property, or I'm one of her little crotch goblins or whatever. That's a good way to get told to go fuck yourself. And I didn't do that. So I went and got the chips. I gloved up. I got my setup. I was bagging chips, and she came over and started nitpicking me about the damn chips. Now listen, since I've been working in there, I have put hundreds of bags of nacho chips bagged and put them out to be sold without incident. So she was just down picking punches, because several days before this incident happened, they made me come in and work a first shift. I don't work first shifts. I work the night shift, the closing shift. And I told them, but so I went in and did the first shift, no big deal. And I'd already been there about 4.5 hours, and the only other employee there was one employee. And so I said, "Look, all my stuff's caught up. I'm gonna go run out, grab a quick smoke. I'll be right back in 6-7 minutes top." She said, "Okay." And hey, Christy. Hey, Bud Files. So I went out to have my cigarette. I'd already been there like 4.5 hours. And here this chick came, the same assistant kitchen manager, came all the way out there to where I was next to my truck, and says, "You can't just come out whenever you feel like it. You need to have permission." And I was like, "All right." And she said,
I changed up.
Dude, I'm trying to talk, man. She said, "Well, you can't just come out. You have to tell somebody." I said, "I did tell somebody. I told the other person that's working with me back there. So they knew where I was, and I was coming right back." At this point, this chick started to aggravate me. So I finished my cigarette, and I go back in. And I work for about another hour, when she comes over to me and says, "You got to have my permission before you go out to have a cigarette." And I was like, "I got to have your permission?" She said, "Yeah, you got to have permission." I said, let me tell you something, lady. I don't know who you're used to dealing with, but I'm 51 years old. My ass asking somebody for permission ended a long time ago. I said, I'll do exactly as I want. As long as my job's done, leave me alone. I said, I don't have to have your permission or anybody else's permission to do anything. So that's why and then I didn't see her. That was like 2 days before Friday. And I didn't see her until that Friday. So yeah, she took that out on me because I verbally bitch slapped her ass. Yeah, riding my ass basically. She didn't know who she was dealing with.
No, she fucked around.
And she sure enough did fuck around and find out. And so I was doing the chips. Like I said, she came and nitpicked at me. And I looked around and I looked at the clock and I was like, you know what, man, fuck this bitch. The hell with this place. I took my apron off. I walked over to Bob. Bob's a good dude. I love Bob. Liked working with Bob. Bob was cool. Bob was an older guy, older than me. I really like Bob. I walked over and I said, Bob, it was nice to know you, brother, but I'm out. And he kind of looked at me. He was like, what? And I said, I'm out, man. I'm done here. And so I laid my apron down and I walked over to the time clock around through the store, clocked out, took my work shirt off, and I saw one of my managers, the big managers of the store, standing over on the other side of the aisle. So I walked over to him and respectfully was going to hand him the shirt. But before I could do that, here come one of the ladies that had gave the old lady a hard time. And before I could say anything to James, she's like, James, Daryl just quit. Daryl just walked out. I said, James, I said, here's the shirt. I said, man, I appreciate the opportunity. I said, but I will not be disrespected again in this place. I won't. And I said, man, when I worked for Golden Corral, I did in 6 hours what's done in food line, grocery store, in the deli in 6 days. Hey, Kyle. And I said, I'm not going to be disrespected again. And I was going to turn off. And that lady was looking at me with this stupid look on her face. And so I couldn't help myself. You know how I am. And I turned around and I looked at her and I said, I know exactly what you did. I said, and you can go fuck yourself too. And James was like, damn. And I turned around and walked out. So I'm actively looking for another job. All our bills are paid. So we're good. I'm just not putting up with that shit. I'm not. And that shit's unnecessary. And I really did like working for them. I did. And I like the people I work with. It's just, you give some of these people a smidgen of power, and that gives them, in their mind, the authority to talk to you however the fuck they want. And I'm just not that individual. I'm never going to be that individual. I didn't tolerate that bullshit at Golden Corral, and I didn't tolerate that bullshit at that little restaurant I was working at, and I certainly wasn't going to tolerate it from here. Now, I know you have to eat some shit sometime, but y'all just don't know the whole story. I'm not the only one that this particular individual has did this shit to.
And a case of fuck around.
Yeah, it's what it turned out to be. Now, do I wish things would have been a little different? Yeah, and I guess that was in my control. Nobody forced me to leave. But when you look at me and you point your crooked ass finger in my face and tell me, you Chips, just like that. Nah, hell no, bitch. You don't know who you talking to. And even then I didn't leave. Only did I leave when she came over there and started nitpicking my ass instead of shutting the hell up, leaving me alone, let me do my job. Or just let me completely just come in there and take over, because that dude they had in there ain't about shit. So, and brother Ben, you're gonna have to postpone your videos about rest in peace to TikTok. TikTok ain't going nowhere. Come here, Sharky Malarkey. Come here, baby. Sharky Malarkey come to say hello. Say hello, Sharky Malarkey. Sharky Malarkey. Yeah, Sharky Malarkey. So anyway, that's what's going on here this week. like I said, I'm actively trying to find another job. Pretty sure I can here in the next couple days, and it's just like been really cold. Or still, I ain't trying to go out in that shit. So, yeah. So that's what's what. Um, so let's see. Yeah, we've covered the 1 million views that we've got. We've covered the 1,300 uploads that we now have. Hey, David. Let's see what else have we covered. I covered how I told Food Line to kiss my ass, and then showed them how to do it. I gave them directions. So let's see what else. Yeah, there's not really a lot going on.
If anybody has seen the new Wolfman movie, no spoilers.
Yeah, if anybody,
there will be consequences.
Yeah, if anybody's seen the new Wolfman movie, please, no spoilers, because we're waiting to see
spoilers, you will lose your wolf and hound privileges for a week.
Yeah, if you spoil the movie, you lose your wolf and hound privileges for a week, Hound said.
I'm serious.
So anywho, so that's all I really got to talk about. So what do you guys, what's most of you had going on? Ben, I know that you've been having trouble with your internet or whatever. What was it you said earlier today? You can't watch no videos, you can't play no games, you can't do nothing. Hey Diddles, good to see you. And yeah, there's a man, he's a wolf. You know, I'm a man and I'm a fucking wolf.
It came out in theaters on
Sharky Malarkey.
January 17th of this year.
I guess Sharky Malarkey
We're just
decided to
waiting
come
on
make
it to
himself
come on
comfortable
our
on my
stuff
lap.
so we can watch it.
This is the licketiest little kitty ever.
And the purriest.
And the purriest. Yeah, he's a purr. And I never thought I'd see it because Kiki Kitty is always so grouchy towards Mr. Sir. Always has been. But yet, Kiki Kitty will play with Sharky Malarkey. And Sharky Malarkey will play. It's funny watching them chase each other all around the house. Hey, R-Baller. All bad. 2025 isn't starting off too well. Well, hell, 2025 probably ain't starting off too good for anybody. But, I mean, you know, it is what we make it, I guess. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, I know what it's. For those of you, I would like for you to know that I'm actually going to grow my beard back out. And, that's going to be pretty awesome. I can see myself rubbing my face. I guess there's a delay on the TV. It's fucked up because it keeps messing with my head. But anyway, we do have a new video out. So if you haven't seen it yet, it's called A Date with the Dead. Please go check it out. When the video first comes on, what you are seeing and where the title pops up is actually inside one of the crypt chambers. There's no residents there. But I think they are fixing to put somebody in there. But I mean, it was creepy as hell, all cobwebbed up and stuff.
I'm still shocked I was even able to get that.
It's been weird. I know it has been weird, and yeah, so I'm gonna do it. If you like Brothers Wolf, you like their older stuff.
Hey, look, you see our little emoji things right here?
Yeah.
Look, I was able to change them. Look, now there's a heart, a poop, a lemon, a fire heart, and a ghost.
Oh, sweet. So we can do poop emojis now.
I'm filling the air with poops and
lemons. Yeah, so yeah. So like I said, I don't know. I haven't been able to talk to Kevin, but I'm pretty sure that this weekend we're probably not going to be able to go up there, even if he wants to or whatever. But maybe I can talk him into coming down here, but because I'd love to go back to the factory. I have a couple filming ideas that, recording ideas that I'd like to do there. And so, yeah. Yeah, it's a good video. It was really active that night. And, I mean, we could hear voices. Like, towards the end, man, I clearly heard a female voice, like, clear her throat. And there ain't nobody out there messing around because it was really cold. And This was the first time that we didn't have to park and walk all the way across
Oh, we
the
just went up to
cemetery.
the front.
Yeah, I just parked right in front of the place, and can't wait to see Wolf. You can't wait to see what, the new video or my beard, or there's all kinds of things I could do. Some of them probably wouldn't be very appropriate, but Sharky, what are you? He's got his tongue stuck out. What are you doing, man? I know you're tasting the air. There ain't no reason to taste the air. There ain't no candy around here, Sharky Malarkey. He's sitting right on my lap too. You can see it.
Candy for no Sharky.
I keep looking down at him.
Someone put. I just put some lemons.
Yeah. So I guess we're getting some new neighbors. They've been out doing the lot next door, so I guess there's gonna be some people putting in there, which is okay. We already know that it's a young guy and a girl. We know that they're Hispanic.
I just don't want
The landlord said I've known their daddy for years and years and years.
Neighbors.
He's what?
No neighbors.
And so she said that he's really strict. So I don't know if they're brother and sister, but anyway, they're gonna be put in right there behind our porch. So our back porch, which I mean, I don't care because hey, look, in the summertime when it's 100 degrees, that's more shade. You know, and maybe the grass won't grow so much right there in that area. So anyway, Sharky, what are you doing, man?
Oh, you gotta come over here now.
Yeah, Sharky's gonna go over there and hang out with Hound. Yeah. Let's see what else I want to talk about. Anyway, so what's been going on with you guys? I know y'all got some stuff to say, so go ahead and say it. You know, eventually one day we are going to get our StreamYard back so we can get people to come back on the panel and we can start, you know, like play games and stuff again like we used to do. I know y'all like my new beanie. Got edibles. Brother Ben, did you see that? I got a new beanie. It's called Got Edibles.
You hear me?
What?
We're gonna buy our own Redbox game.
Something like that, yeah.
And we'll have somebody just come
And
so they can read
you know, and I've been trying to talk Hound into, you know, like maybe once every couple months or something that we do maybe a guest speaker show. I got a lot of people that even people who aren't even paranormal, you know, they do interesting stuff. Like let's say like Laura Lee, for instance, we could do a guest speaker show. And we could have Laura Lee come up and we could give her the floor and she could talk about all the concerts that she goes to. And she can give a really good account for herself why she hasn't made a drunken snow angel yet. And it's been almost 2 years. So, you know, something like that.
Technically, I owe Laura Lee one too.
And I don't know about that.
Yeah, I kind of promised her one a while back. It just ain't damn snowed around here.
And I mean, you know, we got all kinds of stuff. You know, people we could talk to, and so yeah, you say that now, Joshua Cole, but you ain't been in the bathroom after him. He ain't so lemon fresh then, that's for sure.
Yeah. It's more along the lines of some shitty lemons.
Yeah. Working and training class. What are you, a volunteer firefighter or taking an EMT course? Because I did both those things for like 10 years, and that's before I couldn't do it anymore.
Look how that turned out.
17 in the chat, but only 10 like. Yeah, come on, guy. What the hell's wrong with y'all? You know, hit that like button. You can take the time to scratch your ass, but you can't take the time to push a button. Come on, man. You're hurt. You're hurt. I'm just kidding. You know, if you don't want to push the like button, you don't have to. You know, because believe it or not, those like buttons don't do a damn thing for you. You know, and I actually think that YouTube should get rid of the thumbs up and thumbs down button. That's just what I think.
Hey Brown, I think lemon fresh poop is the least that ordeal. Yeah. I've been known to
they the furthest thing from lemon fresh, that's for sure.
I've been told I can stink so bad sometimes they make a
Oh,
preacher
well, that's
cuss.
good. You know, we do stuff for Special Olympics here in our area, like the polar plunge. You know, for like the past several years, you know, we go do the Special Olympics polar plunge and go get in that cold ass water, and it's usually in March, ain't it? And
Yeah, I don't think I'm doing that this year.
well, I don't know if if they do it,
I think
then
those fuckers lied. That water was way
if they
colder
do
than what
it,
they
it's
said.
for a good cause.
Yeah.
So if they do it, then yeah, I will probably
And,
go pick my brother up and take him so he can do it too.
And the fact that our brother pulled a fast one on us.
Oh yeah, he damn sure did. Old brother Dave, he pulled a fast one on us this past year. We got in the damn water and he stopped at knee deep, and we went all the way in.
So cold, and I stumped my toe too somewhere along the way.
And the year before that, I lost my sunglasses in there.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's something that
I felt my whole body getting tight. That shit.
That's something that we do. You know, that's important to us. We like to do things for the Special Olympics. Like me and Hounds actually helped coach their basketball and volleyball team, and we even got an award for it at this big ceremonial Special Olympics ceremonial dinner, and that was pretty cool. And it's worth every second of our time. That's for damn sure.
I even went and got all my physical stuff done just so I could fill in, so somebody would have a team player on bowling.
Yep. And hey, life, what's going on?
And then when it was time to go to state, they actually had somebody that would team up with him to go to state, and so my part was done.
Yeah, that was right. And so yeah, we do that type of stuff. And
I love it.
Now, you know, this year we didn't. All right, guys, some of y'all going to settle in. I will text you on the weekend and we can set up a call. Yeah, hell yeah, Lord. Now you're talking. That's something that we've been. Me and Hal was just talking about that the other day. How much we miss
our
chats with you and stuff, and how much we miss that. And maybe we can get Joshua Cole involved on it. And don't worry about it. Your appearance, Joshua Cole, I already know what you look like. So I do want to say this to you guys, though. I want y'all to keep Janie, my cousin Janie, the mother of the Littlest Ghost Hunters. I want y'all to keep her in her prayers. She actually had a heart attack and had to have a triple bypass surgery last week. Now, you know, she was at that the week before last, I think. She was actually at the premiere.
And she was in the hospital.
And she was in the hospital while she was there on the chat section of the premiere. And but she's home now, and she says she gets tired a lot easier, but she seems to be doing pretty good. I haven't checked in with her in a while, so yeah. It snowed here a little bit last night, and just enough to put a little dusting around, but it sure is cold out there. That's why we're actually smoking in the house, because it's just too cold out there. And as soon as we can start going back out without freezing our balls off, then we'll go back out and smoke.
What are you looking at, little Smiley McGee? Look, he's over being a Smiley McGee.
Smiley McGee.
Happy little buzz.
Happy little buzz. Yep, it is. And yeah, so like I said, I don't know what we're doing this weekend. We're gonna go shoot a video somewhere this weekend, and but I did have an idea about the next time we go to the Haunted Mausoleum. What we're gonna do is we're gonna make a circle with the cat balls and the K2 meters and the rim pods, and we're gonna go back to that back wall that we like to film at, you know, that has the casket lift and stuff there. And we're actually going to blindfold ourselves. We're going to lay down on the floor, you know, as if, you know, we're dead, just to see, with all the lights out, just to see what happens. And I think that'll be cool. I love to do the blindfold stuff because normally, you know, you see the cat ball going off, you see the K2s going off and stuff, but when you're blindfolded, you don't see any of that. So, well, Fawn, summer will be around for a couple more months.
I know.
And,
I'm ready for fishing.
And I've already been hearing that there's possibly another storm coming.
Please don't even say.
And so
I don't want to hear it.
I mean, North Carolina, where I live, we've had 3 snows already. No matter if it's a dusting or if it's a half an inch or if it's 20 feet, snow is snow. And we've had more this year in North Carolina than I remember having in when's the last good snow we had here? That had to be 7 years ago.
Oh, where all that snow should have been down to California. That's where it needs to snow a lot.
Oh yeah, California definitely needs some moisture to fall there, and they need a good soaking. But the thing about it, if a good soaking rain was to happen, and what's going to happen is it's going to cause landslides, mudslides, and stuff. Yeah, we've done had 3. We had our first snow before Christmas, and we actually got about an inch then. And so that was, it was pretty cool. But yeah, and we've had an ice storm too. We've already had that, sleet, freezing rain. So yeah, we've had a winter here. Not like, Jesus Christ, can you believe the snowfall totals they got in Pensacola, Florida, man? It's like 6 inches of snow.
Yeah, I saw a picture of people out fishing in the snow.
Yeah, they was. I did see a picture of people out fishing in the Gulf
in the
snow.
That, the air temperature was 20, but the water temperature is still like 69 degrees.
They're telling us we could have an ice storm coming. Yeah, unfortunately, that is, Oh yeah, we know it's bloody hot. I see a lot of Brother Ben's posts and stuff, and he always talks about how hot it is. And, it's hot in Australia.
I'd love to experience some of that heat.
Yeah, I don't mind snow as long as it stays off the roads, because that shit's ridiculous and on the roads. So, but yeah.
I would just like to experience what it would be like to wake up in the future.
I don't mind it being cold. I don't like sleeping with the heat on, but let me tell you something. Last night I got up and opened both the vents in my room. I keep shut because it has to be a certain cool temperature, or I don't sleep good. And but last night I got up and opened the vent. So. Yeah, where I broke my arm and my wrist and my finger and stuff, those stuff aches sometimes when it's really cold, but I'm kind of just used to it now, especially where I almost cut my finger off.
Hey, Sharky.
Sharky, my larky, show everybody your butt. Oh, show everybody your butt. Oh,
no one wants to see your pebbles. We get wild sometimes, Sharky, but not that wild.
Yeah, Sharky Malarkey, he's a handful. Like, if he comes over here to where you're at and you don't give him love and affection and
he'll go back and forth.
He'll go back and forth, and when he realizes he feels like he's not getting the love and pettings that he feels he deserves, then he'll go over and mess with Mr. Sir. That's where he is right now. He's over there, Mr. Sir fast asleep, and Sharky's over there messing around. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's got to be cold for me, and I don't sleep under blankets. Sharky did moon y'all. I have one little thin wolf blanket that I cover up with. I don't sleep on sheets. I've never, since I was a kid, I don't have sheets on my bed.
Slept in sheets.
Yeah, Hound's the guy that sleeps in sheets. I don't like sheets. I don't like the way they feel on my skin. I don't like them.
Telling her, Mama had us set up. Every season we had a certain sheets that would go on.
Yeah, Mama had those boys set up.
Christmas we'd have Christmas fleece sheets. Summer we'd have
man, I sleep in my drawers, man. I don't sleep naked, but but I do sleep in nothing but my drawers.
We even had Easter sheets. We'd deck our rooms out for Easter and Christmas.
Yeah, but it's easier for my breathing issues.
Yep,
it's easier for my breathing issues if the weather's a lot cooler, because it's hard for me to breathe in all that hot ass air, and that causes me some issues, and not a lot of issues. I guess is I'm just so used to it being that I am from North Carolina, and it does get really hot and humid here.
You don't know what I can do with that. No sheets, wolf.
No. I don't just sleep. Now listen, I don't know. I don't want to listen to you. No, I don't. I don't sleep on like on the mattress, man. I mean, I got blankets on my bed. I sleep on top of the blankets. I've always done that for probably 35 years, and I don't see that stopping anytime soon. Now I just don't sleep on sheets, man. Like I said, I don't like the way they feel on my skin. I don't like them. And
yeah, I would love to have me a nice pair of fleece sheets.
And then if you got some nice white sheets and you accidentally piss the bed, now you got a big yellow stain on the sheet. Yeah, so fuck all that.
Yeah, that's why you always go with the dark color.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least even if you poo the bed, it won't show up.
Well, I ain't never shit the bed, so I'm gonna tell you right now. I will be honest. I have pissed the bed several times. Mostly it's because I was like very drunk, and I mean really drunk. Back when I used to drink a lot of liquor and stuff, man, you know, and sometimes just that one particular night, I was just so drunk. I don't know if I pissed myself before I got into bed. I don't know if I pissed myself while I was in the bed. I don't know. All I know is I woke up the next morning and I was like, why in the fuck does it smell like pancake syrup? And everything was wet. And my clothes was wet.
There was that one time at Tommy and Lisa's. Yeah, I'm not sure what the hell happened there. Either you tried to get in the shower with all your clothes on, or I don't know what the fuck happened, but by the time I hobbled my drunk ass up them fucking stairs from hell, you was up there half naked, kneeing on the floor. You had, like, things was wet. You had Carl the cactus up like this, like he was some kind of fallen god, like, and you were going, I'm sorry.
No, that is not what happened.
That is exactly
my drunk ass knocked fucking Carl. Carl was my Colorado round bell cactus.
You was on your knees,
and I think I knocked him off. I knocked him off of the ledge, and I was trying to put him back in the pot, and put him back up on the windowsill, and then this idiot walked in.
No.
So he makes a bigger story out of it than what really was. But whatever. So since you want to talk about me, let's talk about you for a second, Hound. Remember when your ass got drunk and I said you better slow down?
Yeah.
Or you're gonna wind up on the no, don't try over talk me. Are you gonna wind up on passed out on the garage floor in a puddle of your own puke? And sure as fuck, that is exactly what happened.
In my defense, I should have not took the ring off of that bone being there. And
so he puked all over himself.
It was the weed's fault.
And so he wants to tell drunken stories.
And now, hey now, I wasn't the only one down there in that garage floor.
Well, I ain't talking about them. We're talking about you. You won't bring up stories.
Well, let's talk about you again.
No, I don't need to talk about me again.
Hanging off the porch.
Listen, I done more fucked up shit being drunk than you'll ever even imagine.
Hanging off the porch, puking, and next thing you know, you was left curled up around the toilet.
So what? At least I didn't puke on myself. And now wake up with it all in my hair and face.
Oh, no, that was a rough night.
Yeah,
that was a rough night for sure. Then, wasn't that that night, then that next morning, we were still kind of somewhat drunk. You then fell sitting in the chair, trying to sit in the chair.
Yeah. I woke up the next morning still drunk as hell. And I went downstairs to the living room table and was trying to choke down some coffee. And I went to sit down in the chair, and I missed the chair completely and just fell out all over the floor.
That shit was funny, too.
Everybody was laughing.
Hey, look,
and so I was like, you know what? The hell with that. I'm going back up to sleep in my pissy bed.
It was my whole idea.
At our age, Wolf, some things are better not told about. Well, I know. Try to tell his ignorant ass that. Because he wants to bring up all that stuff. So, yeah. But, yeah. So, anyway, I used to have a pretty good time when I would get plastered. That was for sure. And,
where's my lighter?
you can't use mine. So anyway, so that was that. Yeah. So, but I've done far worse things, being drunk off my mind, and like, boy, if I could tell y'all some of the stories from back in the early '90s before Hound was born.
Are you gonna tell them the rubber raft story?
Yeah, I'll tell y'all the rubber raft story. So,
details, my friend.
Years ago, I had these friends, and they were pretty adventurous. And, we would all go in, like, we would go to these abandoned houses out in the middle of nowhere and go in and fuck around. We used to play a game in these places called Bloody Murder. I'm not going to get into that.
Plattsboro.
No, I don't know about Plattsboro. I don't even know where that's at. Is that in Pennsylvania? So anyway, so a friend of mine said, hey, let's go out to the lake. Let's go to Walmart and buy these blow-up rubber raft boats. And let's take some beer and take some smoke, and let's paddle our asses out to this island that was in the middle of Lake Norman. And it took all about 45 minutes to an hour to paddle our asses over there. So we pulled up on the shore. We drank some beer. We had a good time. We messed around. This island was pretty big. And, well, the only one that was drunk was my buddy Jay. Jay was drunk. He wasn't that drunk before we got to the island, but when it was time to leave, that dude was plastered. So we got in the boats, these cheap ass rubber Walmart rafts, and we proceed back the way we came. It's full on dark now, right? And we're about halfway when I noticed that our raft was losing air. And my dumbass friend ain't trying to help paddle and shit, and we're sinking. And we know we just have a matter of time. So I tell him, I said, look, dude, I said, we're going in the drink before we get close to the shore. I said, if that happens, I said, take your shoes off, put them inside the raft. I said, there'll still be enough air in this raft. It won't go completely flat. There'll still be enough air in this raft that we can use it as a flotation device, and we can dog paddle our asses right for the shore. Right? I said, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. And he started to panic. Well, we wasn't fine. So I'm trying to holler for these other idiots. They're already way ahead of us. They can hear us, but they don't know what we're saying, and they leave us out in the middle of the lake. Air were going out of the raft pretty fast. Water starting to come in, and I don't know what to do. So we're hollering for them to come back and come back that way. At least we can hold on to your raft and y'all can paddle. We can dog kick and get our asses to shore. And they never came back, and we're going in the water fast. And about that time, I hear this motor start up on this pontoon. These guys had been under this bridge fishing, and they heard us hollering. And so they figured, hey, we better go see if these people are okay. And so, sorry to head out. Back pain is killing my ass. Love y'all. All right, Joshua Cole, we love you, brother. And so, this pontoon boat pulls up. He said, are you guys all right? And I was like, nah, we're far from all right. I said, man, there ain't no way in hell we're going to make it back to shore like this. He said, I got an idea. He said, grab this rope. He tossed me a rope. He said, we'll pull you. And they pulled us all the way back up to the shore, and we were able to get out. Man, I cussed those assholes out. They were like, we heard y'all yelling. You didn't bother to come back? So that was crazy. That's the island story. Yeah. So I know it's probably boring y'all hearing some of our tales, but yeah, it's kind of crazy. What's up, Eddie and Jen?
Or when we snuck into the haunted trail.
You ain't late. You're never late when it comes to a live. We're randomly just talking stuff. I wanted to make the announcements about that we reached our 1 million view milestone, and that's a pretty big deal for us. That was like one of our major milestones that we've been trying to reach. So hey, Rain, and so yeah, we did reach that. So lives are just we just wanted to hang out with all you guys tonight, and we won't keep you long. And I just seen Miss Donna. She just posted something to my Facebook, but she ain't here. I don't think.
Nope.
Yeah, we are so proud of you, bro. Thanks, man. That means a lot coming from you guys, man. And I've known who you are since we first started. So and you guys are pretty big yourselves, and yeah, so that means a lot coming from you guys, man. Thank you. We worked hard, man. That's with over 1,300 uploads too now. The majority, well, not the majority, but a huge chunk of those uploads are paranormal investigations, and so yeah, we're really proud too, and we've been able to accomplish all this in 4 years, not even 4 complete years yet. We actually start our 4th year, right? In April.
We started
Because we're full 3 years now.
2021.
Yeah, we did start 2021, I think. Because wasn't Mom like alive? She was still alive like our first year.
We hit our 4th year mark in 2024.
Yeah, so we're starting.
April 25th of this year, we'll start our 5th year.
I guess so. I don't know, but I guess so. So yeah, and we're gonna be doing a lot. Like I said, we're gonna be doing a lot more cooler things too. Like we actually got an explorer video planned where we're gonna go and we're gonna explore the side of the river. We're gonna walk through the woods to see what we can find out there. Probably won't find a damn thing but woods and river. But I think all the same, it'll be interesting. And probably we'll sit down on a log. Like, every time we go in the woods, we got to sit down on the log and burn some and just talk with you guys. And yeah, we are proud of that 1 million. That is for sure. We are proud of it. And yeah, we are. And it seems like some of our videos have improved in view wise. So we're getting back our normal 200 views, which is pretty good. It could be more, but I look at it like this way: if people don't want to watch our videos, that's fine. They don't, it doesn't mean that much to us if they don't, because especially since we're no longer a monetized channel. And we're going to stay a non-monetized channel. We don't want to be monetized again. Too much hassle. Everybody thinks that, I've just reached what I need. I'm fixing to get monetized. That means absolutely nothing.
Those big YouTubers make it up to be.
Yeah, and YouTube is taking the majority of your money and paying you pennies on the dollar while they're collecting the bigger bulk. And then telling you what you can and you can't do with your channel, and then turning around and screwing you over, and see, we watched a video last week of a guy who was doing a live, just a random YouTuber, and he said that they did the same thing to him that they did to us. Came and said that they were taking his monetization away because he was reusing the same content, and he went through it all. And he said, nothing in my content is the same. So I don't know, what's going on with that. But yeah. And so now what little bit of money YouTube was making off us, they ain't even getting that anymore. So it's, whatever, And our Patreon's not doing too good. We're going to leave it up for a while. But we don't start getting that to grow and move, then we're just going to do away with that too. Like we're not selling any merch, so we're thinking about just doing away with the Teespring too. And I mean, I hate to do that because sometimes like we will do.
I think we're going to privatize it. There's still a few things that we're going to get.
Yeah, like Hound said, we're going to privatize our Teespring because there's a few things on there that we want.
And once we get what we want, then it'll be deleted.
All right, Brown. We'll see you later. I hope your headache gets better. So anyway, that's what the hell is going on. None of I know it because we even went back and looked. Yeah, we go to the same places, but we're not reusing the same videos. And I mean, sometimes and we haven't done it in almost 2 years, where we go and do a year in review, and we'll go through and we'll pick out certain things that were memorable to us during investigations and stuff, and we'll put all that together. But either way, all these videos are intellectual property of Wolf and Hound. We are free to do anything we want with these videos. They are our property.
Yep.
And so whatever. But the fact of the matter is we've never reused content, and that's so stupid. That's a lame ass excuse from YouTube, a lame ass excuse to fuck somebody over. And we're not the only ones they've done it to, and they're doing it to other people. And I think it's because certain channels grow really fast, and that takes away from YouTube, who's making big money off of people like Oh My Gosh TV and these other huge, what I call huge celebrity channels. And also too is, a lot of these people fake their stuff, for the clout and to get views and stuff. And so I think a lot of people are they would just rather follow along with that and watch the exciting fake shit than, and watch honest to God paranormal investigations, let the spirits do what they will kind of thing. And we're going to continue to do that. And because we don't want to be like them in any way, shape, or form. We're not like them. We're not like anybody. And so we have our own style.
Yeah, Brother Ben. Also, it's like waiting on Grand Theft Auto 6 to release.
Yeah, it is. And the sorry thing about it is a lot of these YouTube channels are under a misguided notion that once their channel gets monetized, all their problems are solved. I got news for you. That is not how it works at all. It doesn't. And you can get your channel monetized, but, to make money, you got to put content out. We were putting a video out every single week, like clockwork. And we were lucky to make $100 in 5 months, 6 months, right? There were times it was that long. And it's ridiculous. And so, and if you think that your YouTube channel is gonna, once you get monetized, that makes you famous, I got news for you. It don't. It does. Being monetized does nothing for you. Nothing. And they'll see, because me and Hound, we're workhorses, man. We churn out, and all of you can agree that know us, man. We churn out video after video after video after video, and we still wasn't making nothing. And what, we've been monetized, what, almost 3 years? Almost. And what have we made, Hound? $600-700 in that period, if that. And so yeah, it's a bunch of bullshit. So this is some friendly advice for you younger YouTubers who are up and coming and you haven't quite made it to that threshold yet where you can be monetized. Don't get overexcited about it, man. Listen, you can always get monetized, but you're not gonna ever, and I mean you're never gonna make enough money that you can rely on that for anything. You can't, and it doesn't work that way, and it's not going to work that way. And I don't want to see these younger YouTubers get their hopes up, because we were kind of like that too, wasn't we, Hound? Like, oh yeah, we're going to get monetized. Then we quickly realized that being monetized isn't all that cracked up that it's supposed to be, and it's absolutely ridiculous. And yeah, we could barely afford, even when we were monetized, that money really didn't do shit, and I mean, it was there, but as much work as we was putting into. So yeah, you're not going to do it. And I don't want to see anybody. Yeah, the fake channels are getting more attention than the real stuff. That's right. And that, to me, that's absolute bullshit, and, but whatever, because, if you're out here and you're faking your stuff and you're doing it for money, that's fine. That's good. That's entertaining. Hell, I mean, I like watching those videos too. I do. They're exciting. They really are. But the fact of the matter is you should put a disclaimer on there to let people know that what you're seeing is not, is fake. That, and now some of the stuff I've watched, I'll be like, man, that wasn't fake. But come on, man, some fake shit when you see it. And that's right. All they care about is money. That's all they care about. And you take that channel away from them, and they got nothing. And that is the cold hard fact that most of these big YouTube channels, if you take that monetization away from them and you cut that off, they lose their channel, they have nothing. And that's sad. I don't want to ever see that happen to any content creator. I don't, because we all are. We all have the same goal in mind, I guess. But we're always going to be legit paranormal investigators, ghost hunters. We're never going to fake nothing. Like we always say, you hear us say it over and over again in our videos. If the spirits want to communicate with you, then they will. If they don't, they won't. And it's always up to them. Most of the time, the spirits do want to communicate with us, just like at the Haunted Mausoleum. I feel like at this point, those spirits there that are inside that building are warming up to us. They're feeling more comfortable with us being there. They know why we're there. They know that we're acknowledging them. And so I think that probably here in the near future, something really awesome and paranormal is going to happen there. And I don't know what. I don't know what they'll do, but I think it's just a matter of time before we see a full body apparition there. I mean, they've already tried on that one video. I swear, I think they tried to manifest themselves. And they all have a name before YouTube and a following. Yeah, most of them, but, Oh, I love Most RG. I love Most RG. I don't care if Most RG fakes his stuff. Most RG is one of the inspirations for us.
That's why I stopped.
Most RG. Well, Hound don't watch them, and I haven't watched because he quit doing the Tom's House videos and stuff, and the real scary shit.
Yeah,
and some of them, but you have to keep in mind that some of these places that Most RG and those guys go to are real dark, scary ass fucking places, kind of like the places that me and Hound go to. And but we go in and let the spirits do what they need to do. Let's see. Eddie Jen said, "Whooping Hound. That's why we never tell people we're paranormal investigators. We're enthusiasts. But does talk to spirits with a spirit box. I don't know if what we do is really considered ghost hunters. I mean, we don't hunt ghosts. We go into a place, like if we go to a place for the first time, we go in to establish if there's spirit activity there. And then once we have established that, then we try to open the line of communication with that spirit. Once we've opened that line, then we'll go back there again. And then, well, y'all guys watch our videos. You see what happens when we go to these places. These spirits, most of these spirits are glad to see us. And Diddle said, I just film for fun and I'm not monetized and I don't care. Had my channel up for about 6 years. See that right there? That's the right attitude. If I knew now, let me rephrase that. If I knew then what I knew now, Wolf and Hound would have never have been monetized. Never. And I'm just saying. Well, yeah, the Jasco camp stuff. I mean, we're big campers. We like to camp out in the middle of the woods and stuff. So I still will watch that on occasion. But I mean, I got to be honest with you guys. Most of the and Hound will testify to it. Most of the videos that I watch on YouTube are train hopping videos from people who hop freight trains and ride them all over the country. I was a huge Stobe the Hobo, may he rest in peace, fan. Love Stobie. Still watch his videos today, even though Stobie got killed. He got hit and killed by a train. So we lost him, which is a damn shame. And just recently, last year, we lost Hobo Shoestring, Mark Nichols. We lost him, and he passed. But I still have the Yard Buzzards. Guys, Yard Buzzards, if you can see this, man, we love you guys. Keep up the good work. And you have loyal fans out of Wolf and Hound. We love Virginia the dog. These guys are really awesome. And I want to give Yard Buzzards a great shout out. So if you like to watch stuff like hopping trains and stuff like that, please go look up the Yard Buzzards and subscribe to them guys. They are awesome. And you know, I don't recommend channels very often, but I'm recommending this one. Yeah, old Shoestring, man. Well, you know, he was missing. They couldn't nobody find him for days. And the last time that he was seen was on his doorbell cam. And he walked in the house, in his house where he lived in Tennessee, and nobody saw him again. And there were actually a bunch of train riders going to come out and search this big lake behind his house, but a fisherman actually found his body floating in the lake. And how he wound up in that lake, I don't know if he had I've never even heard of any autopsy thing. I don't know if he had a medical condition, because I know he had just been in the hospital. He got out of the hospital. He came home. Doorbell camera caught him walking in. After that, nobody heard from him. Days later, they found him floating in the lake. I mean, somebody else may know now what happened to him. I don't. And
I just posted Yard Buzzards link.
Yeah, Hound has posted Yard Buzzards link, so you guys go check them out, man. Yard Buzzards are cool as shit. I love those guys, and I would love to meet them and buy them a beer. That's for sure. I would. I just hope that those guys stay safe and staying warm out there. I don't know if they have an actual home or what, but I mean they're doing exactly what I used to do back in my early 20s before I met Hound's mama. I actually hopped freight trains and rode them all over the country, and that's a whole nother story in time. But I do have some pretty fantastic freight train riding stories that I like to talk about that stuff, because there may come a time when I can't remember that anymore, and that's sad. You know, that happens every day, and then those memories will be lost. And yeah, so well, you know that, and I hitchhiked back and forth, and it's a whole big long story. Yep. And I'm not gonna lie to you, man. There's times when my heart longs to hop that freight train again, and I think that's where my love for trains come from. Why I like filming them. Why I like being close to them. You know, and I would love to do that. I would love to hop a train, and even if it's just to go 300 or 400 miles, and just video record that whole damn trip, and then come back. And I just think that, thank you. I'm sure Yard Buzzards, Well, appreciate that. You'll like their videos. I like them, and I have a lot of respect for those guys, and they have a lot of respect for themselves too. And they take really good care of Virginia. She's their dog. That's their dog, Virginia. You'll fall in love with Virginia. She's a playful pup. And but anyway, so that's what I would like to do is hop the freight train. Now, let me tell y'all what me and Hound are in the stages of planning.
Oh, what I do this time?
We are actually going to hike into the next. Well, it would actually be what 4 towns over. It's about what 50 miles, 60 miles to Lexington. And what we're going to do is we're going to catch the bus and we're going to call a cab and catch a bus and go down through these other towns, get off on the last town, and then we're going to get on the train track and we're going to follow them all the way into this next town. Like I said, it's probably about 60 miles maybe. And we're going to record that whole thing. We're not going to do any camping out on this trip. Probably what we'll do is we'll stay the night in a hotel, and that way we can get a good night's sleep, and then early the next morning get a good breakfast, and then head back to the house.
Knowing our walking speeds, since we ain't done that, it would probably wind up staying 2 nights in a damn hotel.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that, but we'll see what happens. So that's what we're going to be doing. Let's see what it is. Wolf and Hound. Jim was born in Maysville, Kentucky. Well, I got to be honest, I haven't spent a lot of time in Kentucky. It's usually just been passing through. Most recently, when we came back from Colorado about 4.5 years ago now, right, Hound?
Yeah. I think the only other time I was ever in Kentucky, I was still just a baby. You remember when Centenary took that trip with the big buses?
Nah, I can't say I remember that. I was probably out living my life somewhere. Yeah, but.
Time ago.
So anyway, that's some of the stuff that we got planned. We got this big nature in the woods, and this now listen, this place is in the woods along the river. This is wild country, and it's an expansive. So we don't know what we'll find down there, but that video is going to be twofold because we're actually going to be scouting out for some pretty good fishing spots for the summer. And we're also just going to shoot a video of in the woods. So I hope you guys like that and like that type of thing. Because, sometimes, man, it's when you're into these haunted locations, as much as me and Hound are, sometimes you have to step back and take a break, man. That energy will wear you down. And it's not the fault of the spirits, but that energy will wear you down. And it's wore us down, to be honest with you. And so we need to go out and do some different types of videos too. I promised that we were going to do that, and we are going to do that. We are going to go out and do some.
And we're only doing some fishing videos.
Yeah, and we're also going to do some fishing videos too. And, because we don't like being one-trick ponies. We like doing different stuff. We like shooting videos, and it doesn't always have to be a paranormal. We're still going to do paranormal because I love to do paranormal. Hound likes to do it. But we got to do other stuff too. So would y'all not agree? I guess they don't agree, but it doesn't matter because we're going to do it anyway. Oh, I guess they're talking about guinea pigs or something right now. But guinea pigs scared the shit out of me. I don't like them because when I was a kid, I think we had some when I was a kid, and my uncle told me if we hang them upside down, their eyeballs will pop out. And I was like, man, fuck a guinea pig. And
really?
Yeah, and so I don't know if that really happens or not, but I ain't liked them since then. So I got kitties. I got enough dealing with these rambunctious kitties, and I don't need no other. I don't know, but I don't need no other.
One thing I know for sure is all these kitties, we ain't gonna have no mice problems.
Yeah, we ain't gonna have no mice problems. That's for sure with kitties. And then we're thinking about actually bringing the 2 outside kitties in. I'm actually gonna move my room. My room is the bigger room at the back of the place. I'm actually gonna move my room into the smaller room here in the hallway. And so we'll just have that room there. And if the weather's bad or whatever, and it's too cold or something, we can't go out to smoke, we can go in there and smoke. But we've actually been thinking about bringing the 2 outside kitties in because they're fixing to put in another place right behind us. And I don't know if that would be enough to scare the little kitties off from back there. And they would run away and not come back. And we worked really hard on getting them to where they trust us and let us pet them.
They're wanting to come in. Now.
They want to come in. They do want to come in. Actually, Sharky Malarkey is the brother of the 2 kitties. And if you go to Mr. Sir's channel, you'll see those outside kitties really good because they come to the front door and they converse with Mr. Sir and the other cats that are in here. And I don't want a dog because, like, if me and Hound decide that we want to take off for 3 days, well, we know for a fact that our kitties will be fine here without us being here. And actually, they probably enjoy the break from us because we're always teasing them and doing stuff to them and making them dance and all kinds of stuff. And thank you, Fawn. I'm glad you love our content. And so we can leave them with enough food and water. We have those set up. So if we wanted to, we can leave them. And they would be like when we went to Florida. These kitties were here by themselves the whole time, except for that Sunday. My sister came and looked in on them. She said everything was fine. She added a little more food, gave them some fresh water, and they were good. Well, you know, we used to chase storms, Life. That's actually how Wolf and Hound got started in the first place. We were chasing storms, and it was lots of fun, wasn't it, Hound?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Florida. Good to see you. Oh, and I see. I guess you just shared us out on Facebook because the notification has popped up. So thank you for that. So I guess you guys would be interested in a Wild Woods adventure video and some other stuff like that. I hope so. Now, I will add this. If you haven't yet, we have some new shorts. We have probably about 4 or 5 new shorts on our channel. If you haven't yet, 2 of them aren't doing real good view-wise. So if you haven't went over to our shorts yet, go over and check those shorts out. And drop a comment. Let us know that you were there. So yeah. And I think some of them will like because Saturday we actually stopped at this dam and we climbed up the side of this what was probably at one time a mountainside where they had built the dam and got some pretty good videos from there. So y'all should go check that out. I think they're pretty freaking awesome. Let's see. Dildo said, my cat just had kittens, and before Christmas, and one of them has a deformed back leg when it was born. That's sad. You know, you should love up on that little baby. Yeah, he liked it. Thumbs up those short videos. Awesome. Yeah, it is. I love to do short videos, man. I love it, and any opportunity that I see, I pull my camera out and film something and put it as a short. And sometimes I'll throw some music to it. Sometimes I won't. I like doing it. Sometimes I'll just put random pictures together, make a short out of it, throw some music like the one I did with the Ric Flair short and the Rock short and Undertaker short. You know, so I like to do stuff like that. And All I can do is hit the like and watch. Can't comment. Fawn, I have no idea why you can't comment. There's absolutely no reason that I can think of why you cannot comment unless it's just your device. I mean, we told you to, you know, maybe you should uninstall YouTube and then install it back. I don't think you have a channel on there, do you? You don't. Do you have a YouTube channel, Fawn, where you put videos and stuff? Because maybe that's what you need to do is. And we told you to try refresh. You said you did. So I don't know what's going on with that, Fawn. I really don't. So I don't. See, it won't let. But I've seen your. I could. I don't know, guys.
I don't know. There's YouTube.
It's YouTube
bullshit.
stupidity, and I mean, YouTube really needs to get its act together. YouTube really, 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 YouTube. If you're listening, you really, really, really need to do away with the thumbs up and thumbs down button. That's so
Better
fucking
your
stupid. We know who likes our videos and who don't. And frankly, I don't give two goddamns who likes our videos and who don't. I don't care if you like them or not. I don't need to see that somebody doesn't like our videos. I don't care. I don't need to see it. And I don't need to see who likes it, because the people who like it will watch. And if they don't like it, they've watched and they gave us a view anyway. So it doesn't matter. I think that they need to get rid of that thumbs up and thumbs down, because, there are some sensitive people out here who get really butthurt. I can name some names.
Oh, I damn sure name.
And I just think they need to get rid of it. And I do. And I don't know why they still have the thumbs up and thumbs down. It absolutely does nothing for your YouTube channel. If somebody thumbs up your video or thumbs down your video, it absolutely does nothing. And even when you get a thumbs down after a certain amount of time, the thumbs down disappears anyway. That's so fucking stupid. And Eddie and Jen said, that's okay, bro, whether they like us or hate us. Thank you for the views. That's absolutely right. And I'll even go one step further as to talk about people who decide to unsub to your channel. And that's not always the case. But in any case, as far as we're concerned, if somebody unsubscribes to our channel, we don't give a damn. We don't. And, and if you unsubscribe to our channel and all of a sudden, and we know if you've unsubscribed or not, it's not that hard to figure out. Then most of the time, you're not, even if you try to subscribe again, then we will remove you. We don't want you. My sleeping pills are working, so good night, everyone. Good night, man. I wish I had I don't even do pharmaceuticals, but at this point, man, I would love to have a sleeping pill, because I haven't slept good in.
Yeah, man, I'd love it.
I haven't slept good in months, and
shit, I'd take about 2 of them fuckers.
long time sub here. Yeah, I know you ain't going nowhere, brother Ben, and we know who's loyal to us. But like I said, if you take your sub away from us for whatever reason or whatever, then
bye.
Bye. And if you try to come back, we don't want you. So if you unsubscribe to it, if I unsubscribe to a channel, I don't intend to ever come back. Now I understand that sometimes accidents happen. You may hit the wrong button. That's perfectly well. I mean, hell, we've even done it. But like when we woke up this morning, we had 7,771 subscribers, but we woke up this morning, we were back down
4,000.
To what?
Oh, we were back down to 4,000.
Yeah.
768. Now we're back up to 4,771.
Yeah, so I mean we're back up to it, and for whatever reason, sometimes I think, and don't always be quick to judge. Um, if you look on your channel, you get up one morning and look on your channel, and a few of your subs are gone. Don't be quick to judge and think that, well, some asshole took their sub away, because sometimes most of the time, it's YouTube doing that shit. And if you just wait a while, sometimes they'll come back, sometimes they don't. If somebody subscribes to your channel and they're not watching your content, they're not reacting with your channel, then after a while, YouTube will remove them. And I don't think that that's fair of YouTube to do, because YouTube didn't give you that sub. The person that subbed to your channel did, and maybe they got things going on in their life that that they can't really get on there, but they do that. For me, Fawn said, Fawn said she's not going anywhere. Life said, I like your epic video. Oh, you're talking about the one from the other night? Yeah, that was pretty freaking cool. Imagine our surprise when we got home to go over that video, and there they were. And so, yeah, YouTube does do that. YouTube's got a lot of issues. I don't know what's going on. I know you, and I'm sorry. I'm just gonna say this. I do feel for all content creators, but I do feel that YouTube allows people to create these little mess of a channels that don't ever go nowhere. That nobody wants to.
At this point, YouTube, the
Yeah.
company of YouTube has its own head shoved.
Yeah,
so far
YouTube's
up
not
its own
acting
ass. It don't know which way is north or
Yeah,
south.
YouTube's not acting right, and Florida said she's not going anywhere, and Brick Ben said, I recently met Eddie and Jen, and they are. Oh yeah, man! Anytime that I see Eddie and Jen live, and it's usually at night when I got home from work, I would always jump on. I always want to jump on and say hi. Sometimes I miss them because I don't get home or I got something else going on. But anytime I see that they're live, I always try to do that. Just like Canadian Witch, Diamond Dots, I see her live, but I miss her a lot too. But I always try to go on there and so, and just to say howdy doody, and just make sure I hit that like button.
Shoot, as much as Canadian Witch goes live, that should be a world record.
But yeah, and the biggest problem I think that I've ever had with this whole YouTube experience is other content creators telling smaller channels or other content creators what they should and shouldn't do. Mind your, and I'm just gonna be blunt here, mind your fucking businesses. That's their YouTube channel. And I have always, most of you have been with us for quite a while, and you know that I have addressed this situation before, and I stick to my ground on it. And I tell these other channels, mind your fucking business. Worry about your own channel. Don't worry about what some channel calls themselves. Don't worry about the content that they're putting on. If you don't like it, don't subscribe to their channel. Don't watch their stuff. Go deal with your own shit. And and y'all guys know that. I mean, we did lives where I've absolutely trashed these assholes that's done that to other YouTube creators, because they tried to do that to us, and nobody puts Wolf Hound in the corner, nobody, and I'll speak out against it, and and usually I call shit right, and I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you, this whole mess that's been going. I know some of y'all are probably aware, some of you probably ain't, but there's this whole big mess going on with AAP. Yeah, I am. I'm a free American. I can talk about what the hell I want. And the whole thing was I called that dude right the first time around, and I got condemned for it. And several years later, boom, I was right. And but and all I'm gonna say is this, and then I'm gonna move on from that subject. Was that dude brought a lot of what the grief he's got going on now. He brought it upon himself with the actions that he did, and I don't like animal abusers on the best of days. So, with that being said, that dude can most definitely go fuck himself. Um, so anyway, so I guess that's it. So if there's any young YouTubers and you're watching this at this point, man, look, stay on your ground, do your content, do whatever makes you happy, because trust me, you might not get a lot of subscribers, but you are going to find people who your content that makes you happy makes them happy. And then those people that you're making happy with your happy content will tell other people. And that's how it works. So listen, listen to old Wolf now. Stand your ground. Don't let nobody tell you how to run your channel. You run it how you damn well want to. It's your channel. That's your baby. You got to make it grow. Do what you want to. And if you're a small channel, you ever need any advice, man, come talk to Uncle Wolf, and we'll try to help you out. We'll make sure we'll let our people know about you, and you can come to our lives, our premieres. You can promote your channel, and that's what we can do for you. That's about all we can do for you, but that's what we can do for you. And for those sensitive, I've definitely, oh yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? I've done smashed all kinds of trolls and haters, and it even got to the point to where it was just old at that point. But it just seems like a lot of that stuff has calmed down. We moved away from it. I mean, we quickly realized, well, sometimes it took us a little longer than others, but we found out who we could trust and who we couldn't trust, and who that we should have put faith in and didn't, and put faith in other people that we shouldn't have. And but all that's water under the bridge. As far as I'm concerned, I forgive all those people, and and we're just doing our thing. And yeah, brother Ben, we need to talk about you doing some more grill and chills. And because I miss getting up early in the morning and look, first thing I look and see that brother Ben's grill and chill. So yeah, we need to do that some more, brother Ben. And Ed and Jenny say, "Whooping Hound, you are so right. YouTube is your platform, and you can do and create whatever you want." Absolutely, and I will always stand by that. And I'll have words with anybody who disagrees with it, because it's your channel. That came from you. Regardless whether you go explore stuff, or you do fishing videos, or you do hiking videos, or you do diamond dots, or you do gameplay on videos and stuff, and that's your creation, and you do it. If it makes you happy, you do it, because in the end result, when all's said and done, you have to look back on it and think and ask yourself this one question: have what I've done on this YouTube channel, did it make me happy doing it? Was it worth doing it? And if you can answer yes, then you're right, and you're going to continue to grow. I have seen far too many small YouTubers give up, and give up on their channels. And hey, Diamond Canadian, which I was just talking about you. All good stuff. And I just want to see other channels succeed, and you do what you want to do. But if you're going to have a channel where you go out and you do scary stuff, and you're going to skit stuff, or you're going to have stuff pre-planned and stuff, just make sure you let your people know that, this is not actually 100% paranormal. We've added stuff for you. It's more entertainment. And then you're being completely honest. You know what I'm saying? And then that's cool. I don't like people passing off the paranormal as genuine when it's not. And there is a big problem with that. I'm not even going to say it's a problem. The problem lies
That's a huge fucking problem.
Yeah, it is a huge problem. And the problem is people's not, letting their viewers know that it's entertainment value.
Who do take the paranormal serious, who do put in the hard work, those little fucking twits that fake their shit.
Yeah,
they make all of
the
us
spirits
hard
ain't gonna
look bad.
Listen. The spirits are not gonna interact with somebody who's in a place making an absolute jackass of themselves. I'm sorry, they're not. Because as we both know, and we've been doing this for quite a long time, as we both know, most of the time spirits are shy.
Yeah.
And it's just like anybody else, you have to earn their trust, and that just because you're dead, those emotions aren't gone. They have to be able to trust you. And if they don't, then
Shit. I'm a damn ghost and somebody comes into my place being all disrespectful, demanding this, demanding that. I'm gonna royally fuck them up.
well, I mean, most spirits don't have that type of energy. How many locations have we been to that nothing has ever happened to us other than we've gotten scared? Spirits ain't out here looking to fuck you up, and I don't care. I do believe in spirit attachments. I've had two myself. Probably have another one. But spirit attachments, that's a very real thing, and that can happen to any and every investigator that goes into the field to investigate the paranormal. Most of the time, I don't think these spirits are actually trying to harm you or any way, but for some reason, they've attached themselves to you. They feel like they can hitch a ride with you or whatever, and you have to be firm with them, and you have to send them packing. So yeah, spirit attachments are very real. I don't think that you're going to go into a haunted location to film and you're going to be possessed by the spirit. I don't believe that. And another thing that burns me up too is people are so quick. Oh, that's a demonic entity. That's a demonic entity. Y'all horse shit. Out of a 100% paranormal related activities, not even 1% of that is demonic related.
Oh, I know a certain someone who's really bad about that.
Yeah.
Starts with a T.
Now, can spirits look at it this?
Same as a candy.
Yeah, look at it this way. If somebody just intruded into your home and was being rude, was being demanding of you, and we've seen these investigators too. I have, y'all have. They go in, they act like they're king shit. They go in, they disrespect the spirits first and foremost by demanding that they do stuff. And would you want somebody like that in your home? And you got to think these spirits are limited to what they can do to try to force you out. And what's the one thing they can do to try to force you out is to scare you. And so, we experienced that at the abandoned hospital when we were getting those demonic responses. Do I believe that there was a demonic entity in the abandoned hospital? Absolutely not. I don't believe that at all. I don't. But it was enough of a threat that in this particular incident happened when the Littlest Ghost Hunters was with us. And if Kevin, the custodian ghost hunter, was here, he could verify it because he witnessed it all. Those responses.
Yeah,
we don't take any chances. We stopped. We stopped. Yeah, Angela was doing the pendulum in that little x-ray room. We stopped the investigation and we got the Littlest Ghost Hunters out of there immediately. We evacuated them out. We smudged everybody off, and that was the end of the investigation. Y'all actually can go back and watch that video. That's been a couple years ago. It was New Year's Eve? The New Year's Eve hospital investigation. So if you haven't gone back and watched that video, you probably should. It's really good. Unfortunately, now we can no more hospital. We haven't even been up there. I haven't called, asked, or checked or anything. As far as I know, the abandoned hospital has been. Yes, the abandoned hospital is probably gone at this point because it looked like they had already started doing some demo on it when we were there last when we found out about it. Also, that whole place leaves a bad taste in our mouth. There was this homeless guy there. He was a black guy. He was homeless. He had all his stuff on this cart, and Hound wanted to. And last time that we were there, we saw him. We actually gave him some money, and Hound wanted to go find out what side because this dude didn't have no shoes on, and we knew it was going to get cold like really soon. Hound wanted to go buy him some shoes.
Yeah, I'll go buy.
And we found out that a month before that, not even a month before we showed up that last time, that he had actually been murdered, and violently murdered. And they found his body behind one of the local businesses, and it was just, and that kind of hurt our heart, man. We talked about it some, but yeah. So anyway, yeah, so that aggravates the hell out of me when it's all of a sudden it's demonic. It's demonic, and I'm gonna tell you the worst one for it, and that's Ghost Adventures. Like, how many times has Zach Bagans been demon possessed? I mean, how fucking many times can one motherfucker get demon possessed, man? And don't get me wrong, I love watching Ghost Adventures, but now I watch it in a different light because I know that they're bullshit.
Yeah, that's why I don't watch their crap no more. Either.
Yeah, Hound refuses to watch it. I like to go back and watch some of their older stuff.
Oh, exactly.
It's something to watch. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Now, if y'all want to watch, now listen, but you got to understand this. Now, as far as like somebody like Ghost Adventures you have to understand they had a TV show, and it ain't like YouTube. If you go in and shoot a video and you get nothing, well, you might not get as many views as you would normally, but that's all that's going to happen. But if you got a TV show and you're just walking around and ain't shit going on, and sometimes it takes a while for shit to start up, then you're going to lose that and you're going to get canceled because those ratings are making money. And if your ratings ain't making you money, then you're losing money. And so they'll cancel you. And that's exactly what happened. And so, yeah, these big TV show people like Ghost Adventures and stuff, yeah, so I can see where they would have to fake shit.
That's like why I don't now, because I've been doing this for 4 years now. That's why I don't really watch those big paranormal TV shows anymore.
But I'm gonna tell you who we do love, and we love Destination Fear.
Project Fear.
Well, it's not Destination Fear anymore. It's Project Fear. They had a TV show too. I do believe that those guys.
Most Haunted was definitely. Fun.
Yeah, they go in and they do their thing, and I don't think not one time have I ever saw anything that I thought was being faked from them. And one of the main guys, his name is Dakota. He was actually the cameraman for Ghost Adventures. He was the cameraman that followed Zach around in these places. And those guys are awesome. And you'll hear every once in a while he'll throw zingers out at Zach and shit. And he said the only thing that he learned from Zach Bagans is what not to do. And he did say that. So I do love that. Most Haunted was fake too. Yeah. A lot of them shows. Listen, when you watch these ghost hunting shows on TV or whatever, man, like Ghost Adventures and stuff, you have to take it with a grain of salt. I mean, you have to take it with a grain of salt because you know that shit ain't happening for real. And yeah, and they just act. Well, I hadn't got a chance to watch their drone stuff yet, but now their last stuff they were over in England and they did the Rams Inn and they did that prison
England
and that castle.
Stellar.
Oh, they were freaking stellar. If you guys haven't subscribed to what was it? I want to say Project Fear. I keep wanting to call it Project. It is Project Fear, ain't it? Not Destination Fear anymore. It's Project Fear. Yeah. So if you want, go check those guys out. They're really good. They're good-hearted people. They take turns screwing each other over with stuff that they got to do in these, and they go to some of the world's most haunted locations. And they're a YouTube channel. They're not being paid or have the money from TV channel. These guys, after they got screwed over and canceled, they just created their own YouTube channel. And I think that those guys are more popular now than they ever were when they were on the TV channel, which they do. Even when they were on the TV channel, man, there's some of that shit that they go through. Like they'll go into these places and then at a certain time at night, they'll draw locations in that establishment of where each one's going to go to, and they have to stay in there by themselves, and they call it going to bed.
Now I will say Chelsea That girl.
Yeah,
Has
Chelsea's
got some big.
Chelsea's got
on
some
her.
big cojones on that girl. I'm gonna tell you now, she does. That's one brave chick right there. But they're all kind-hearted people. They like to screw each other over and make them do the scariest shit. And so I highly recommend Project Fear. I like watching them. I think they are legit. And yeah, so with that, all that being said, if you're a new content creator, do what you do. Don't worry about what nobody else says, because ain't nobody else putting that work on your video but you. So fuck them. And Ed and Jenny said, I met and talked one time with Dakota from Project Fear. He and his sister gave me a lot of insight, and they told me they love what we do too. Yeah, they're down to earth people, and as soon as we can get it, actually, me and Hound's been talking about joining the Fear Club, and because they do all kinds of giveaways and they do like special stuff, and I guess the Fear Club is kind of like, I don't know. I'm not really sure how to describe it, to be honest with you. So yeah, they're good people. I really enjoy watching them. Would love to meet them. I got a list of people that I would love to meet, and Zach Baggins ain't one of them.
Yep.
There was a time in my life when I'd have liked to have met Zach Baggins, but I just think he's a blowhard. And
I'd rather meet Aaron.
And the stuff that he's done has done nothing but hurt the paranormal field, and nobody wants to work with him. Now, I would love to see Aaron and what's his name, Aaron and Nick. I would love to see Aaron and Nick get back together and do some stuff. Like, I don't know too much about the Ghost Brothers. I will say this: I do like the Ghost Brothers. I like their demeanor. I love when those guys go in and investigate. They put a different type of spin on it, and man, mad respects out to those guys. I don't know if they're together yet, Nick Groff. I don't know if Baggins. I don't know if what was I fucking talking about? That Frodo Baggins. So I mean, I don't know. I just know that I like Ghost Brothers. Like I said, I like their demeanor. I like the way they carry themselves when some spooky shit pops up, man. The way they react to it is priceless. Like, I watched this one where they was going to handcuff dude to a bed or something where this succubus was, and dude took off all his clothes, and the spirit came in and was sexually harassing him, and then come to find out it wasn't the girl's spirit, it was the guy's spirit and shit. Dude freaked out, and that shit was funny as hell. Now, regardless whether that stuff was fake or not, I don't know, and I just know that I watched a lot of their videos, what videos they have out, the Ghost Brothers, and I've never seen anything that would lead me to believe that they're faking their stuff. But those guys are awesome. So huge shout out to the Ghost Brothers, man. We love them. Yeah. Oh man, Hey, Ed Gian, would you please ask him to come check us out, man? Because we are like, I am huge fans of those guys, and we have always wanted to meet them. And if they ever get down here to North Carolina, I would love to do something with them.
Hey, Big Ben, check your
with no strings attached or anything like that. We wouldn't ask them for nothing. I just want to be in their graces. Dildo Baggins.
Dildo Baggins.
Oh, fuck. And, yeah, so, yeah, I watch. He does a lot of communicating with spirits in graveyards and stuff. He's been doing a lot of that here lately. So, yeah, man, we're huge fans of Ghost Brothers. And a matter of fact, it was just like a couple weeks ago, I actually was watching some of their older videos. So, man, just tell them, man, hey, look, they some old boys from North Carolina. They're called Wolf and Hound, man. They love you guys. And tell them to come check us out, man, if they wouldn't mind. And, yeah, so let's see. I would love to meet up with Dakota in the gang from Project Fear. I would love to meet up with the Ghost Brothers. I would love to meet Aaron and Nick Groff. Those guys are cool. I would like to meet Jason Hewitt from Taps. I started out watching Taps, but long before I ever wanted to be a real honest to God paranormal investigator. The one thing I can say about Taps is I don't think Taps ever faked anything because they were too busy trying to debunk stuff that was going on. I feel like my mustache is my mustache crooked. Like what the fuck? What the fuck is going on here?
It's like your whole friggin' chair is all crooked.
Oh, we know, man. And Ed and Jen, you probably know those other people. I can't remember her name, and Mike.
What? You is like way over.
Well, it's this fucking broke ass chair. See, the back of my chair is broke, and yeah, I like them and Jack Osborne on Fright Club. Yeah, I've never really paid much attention to Jack Osborne, but I know he does that type of stuff. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Y'all know who I'm talking about, right, Ed? I can't pronounce her name, and I feel so shitty because I really, really like those guys. I come to their lives too, and they're always super cool with us. And I'm getting together with the King Brothers. Also, they used to have a show called Ghost Lab. Yeah. I know of Ghost Lab. Yeah. But I'm still trying to figure out what that one chick's name is. It's something to Mike. And I can remember his name because Mike's a pretty common name, but I cannot remember hers. I'm actually friends with her on Facebook too. I love those guys too, and they're really cool. And Ghost Runners. I don't know. If you listen closely on the video the other night, you'd have heard some ghost farters because, boy, I had some gas. And, yeah. But I'm pretty selective in who I want to be around. And, it doesn't matter of your celebrity status or whatever. If I feel a certain vibe, then I want, yep, that's her name right there. That's right. That is absolutely right, Adrian. That is the name. And they are really nice, super nice people, man. And I love going to their channel when they do lives and stuff. And I haven't seen much out of them here lately, but I'm pretty sure that they're busy. And yeah, those guys are really cool. And I really like them too. But yeah. So, damn, guys, we've almost gone 2 hours. Can you believe that? When's the last time we did a 2 hour live? Remember that one time we did like a 6 or 7 hour live that night? Jesus Christ. Laura Lee was here, Brother Ben. We had a couple other people that ain't with us no more.
We was all fucking stoned and having a good time.
Yeah, we was. And yeah, but that's who they are. That's right. That's their names.
I think a few people had some drinks going.
And we definitely want to get up with them guys. We want to get up with Ed and Jen at some point in the future. Yeah. So, yeah. Did I mention I'm going to grow my beard back? Did I mention that? Because, man, look, that's bothering the shit out of me. What the hell is going on? Why is this? I guess it's going to look all kinds of fucked up till I actually get it to grow back out right. So we'll
sure, yeah. It went a little too long on one side.
I'm not sure.
In the side.
Well, I'm not sure, man. I don't know, but let's see what Ed and Jen said. Well, now we're going to make that happen when the time is right. Absolutely. You just let us know when you're interested in doing it. And it said, why did this damn thing just popped up and said you're live? What's going on with that? Why did it do that? That was stupid.
Been loud.
Damn, man. Hound likes to watch midget porn. Like we ain't forgot about that shit. Well, I hope it does. And I'm not shaving that shit off for nobody else. I shaved it off to go back to work for Golden Corral. I was with those guys for quite a while this year, and then I was just like, man, fuck, they were trying to kill me, dude, and I was like, fuck it. I kind of wish I just would have stayed there, man. I should have just stayed at Golden Corral. I should have just ate whatever shit I had to. I should have just stayed there, but I guess it's too late for shoulda, woulda, couldas now, and yeah. Well, I'm a good, wholesome guy. I've never watched porn in my life, not ever, not once. Yeah. He likes the one, Brother Ben Hound likes the one with the sausage fingers. Yeah. That's the ones he likes. Yeah. But anyway, I don't think they like to be called midgets either. I think they like to be called little people.
I call them midgets because it's damn funny as hell.
Have you ever seen that movie Bad Santa? That little guy that plays the midget, I can't remember what his name is, but that dude's funny as hell. He's also in Me, Myself, and Irene. And but he was like, Bernie Mac told him, he said, man, to take him out to the car. He's like, how am I supposed to take him out to the car? He said, I'm 3 foot fucking tall, he said.
Look, no, the funniest thing with a midget I ever saw was in Wellington, Colorado, was that damn really short Asian midget dude riding a full-grown, full adult bicycle.
Oh yeah, he was too, and but we actually got to meet that guy, and he was really fucking cool.
I'm telling you, the first time, damn, I
was like, what the hell is that? And all I could see was a pair of shoes and a hat. And then I got to look, and I said, man, that's a little person riding that bike. I thought it was a little kid,
dude,
and it wasn't. It was a little guy.
Him get on that fucker.
Oh yeah, he could get on that shit. Wolf and Hound, I did 10 years at the Golden Sea. I quit because they didn't want to give me $1. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I quit, because I was promised $1, and then when it comes time for my raise, I didn't get it. So after a month, I went to the boss, and he said, well, all I can do is I can't give you $1, and I know that was a lie. And he said, all I can do is give you 50 cents. And he said, but in 30 days, I'll give you the other 50. And yeah, that didn't happen. And so that pissed me off. You want me to work more, work longer hours, and put up with those hateful, rude ass customers. Damn, but yet you don't want to pay me what I'm worth, but you got a couple jackholes working in the back that's dumber than fucking dirt. So whatever. So I left, man. I left. And well, it was just bullshit. And so yeah, they thought they were going to run the gauntlet on my ass, and I had been threatened by another employee. He came all the way up there to whoop my ass, was trying to get me to come down in the hotel parking lot, and I was like, you ignorant motherfucker, I'm on the clock, I ain't going nowhere. You come here flapping off your goddamn gums like you a tough guy and shit, but yet you down there flopping around.
Yeah, I know. That one day I was not fucking there.
And so I guess he thought when he come up the hill behind the restaurant that I would take off running. I didn't take off running nowhere, because I was like, motherfucker, if you put your hands on me, I'm going to relieve you of your intestines.
Shit. I would have went down there.
Man, I did. I had my knife out. My knife was in my pocket. I wasn't fighting that motherfucker. That was clear self-defense. Because he was down there making threats and the thing about it was I was really sick, man. I tried not to even go to work that day. I was sick. I was running like 103 temperature. I was really sick. 3 days later, I got COVID. So I think I had COVID even then. And I could barely hold myself up. Wolf and Hound, that's what they told me. So when they say I'll see you tomorrow, I told them don't hold your breath. Yeah, I didn't even give them that. I just called in and told them to go fuck themselves. And I wished I hadn't have done it because I mean I did like working for Golden Crown. There was a lot of folks there that I liked, but anyway, that guy that I had the problem with, he actually turned out to be really cool. And we talked through that shit. And he's a hothead. He's from New York, so you know he's. I know. But he was a hothead, man. He was having a bad day and shit, and so whatever. But I ain't running from your ass. Whatever, motherfucker. You put your goddamn hands on me. Don't let me get out there to my truck because if I do, that's the last fucking thing you doing in this world. I'm too old for all that shit now, man. I'll just put a couple in you, and I'll just hope I get a good attorney.
Shit, that's what you got me for. You can handle the light work.
And cause these dangerous motherfuckers out here.
That's all that would have been. It would have just been.
And back in my younger days, I'd have stand there and I would have went down in that parking lot and I'd have thrown hands with him, regardless of the outcome. Now, man, nowadays, I ain't fighting you, man. I'm gonna slice you up. That's all that's gonna happen to you. You're gonna get sliced up.
Yeah.
And cause I ain't being a victim of nobody's violence. So if you come at me a certain type of way, well, you gonna do this and you gonna do that, and you walk up on me, man, I might just cut your motherfucking neck out. And that's just who I am, because I don't fuck around. Yeah, midget is a bad word, people, and I don't call them that. And I don't like calling them dwarfs either because I don't think they're mining for gold in Moria, and they weren't part of the 5 armies. So I just call them little people or whatever the fuck they want me to call them. But I would not call a little person a midget to their face. And I have known several in my lifetime, and they've all been good people. So, and they're just little folks, man, is all, and folks come in all shapes and sizes. Some are short, some are small, some are fat, some are wide, some are ugly, unlike me. And I think Fred Semper said it best, when Aunt Esther said, Fred, beauty's on the inside. And Fred Semper told her, then you should put your liver where your face is. That was like classic Fred Semper. That's like one of my favorite fucking Sanford Son episodes. I'm a huge Sanford Son fan. When I was a little kid, I told my mom and dad I had packed up my little bag and told them I was running away from home. They asked me where I was going. I said I'm going to live with Fred Sanford and Lamont and work in the junkyard. And that's what I was going to go do. And then, so... And but Eddie, you are going to get some payback for that. Yeah, people work. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what was going on over there at Food Line. Like at Christmas time, man, when I really needed to make some extra money and shit, those assholes only let me work 2 days that week. Yeah, and I made like $200 on my check, and I had bills to pay. I think I just saw Rob and Kate on Instagram. I got a couple notifications. I haven't went over because I don't really hang around on Instagram. I haven't been there in a while. But I'm actually in the process of trying to talk to those guys and see if they want to get up and do something. I know that they're interested in it. They said so. So that'd be awesome if we could get together with Rob and Kate. And it's been a long time since we got to see them. And we have investigated with Urban Ghost Urban Exploration, Rob and Kate, on several occasions. They're good, down-to-earth people. Kate's as sweet as she can be. She's got some pretty big colonies on her, too. She ain't scared of nothing. That's why I started calling her Ghost, because you remember at the hospital, she kept just disappearing into the darkness, and then she'd reappear coming out of her room. And so I started calling her that. So...
Yeah, we kind of did. Me and her kind of did that to each other. We
scared the shit out of each other in the plantation house. Yeah. Yeah. So that was cool.
We both were quiet and sneaky.
Yeah. She's really good, but I think the greatest one doing the Estes method that I've ever saw was Caleb Sanders, Kevin the custodian's son. And yeah, so I got to see him do Estes Method at the Haunted Mausoleum when they came down and we took them there. That was absolutely freaking awesome. The responses that was coming through there was right on money, and it was awesome. Caleb's really good at doing that. He is, and Caleb is the GOAT. And Angela did it when us and Kevin and Angela, we all got together and went to the old mill. Caleb couldn't come because he had to work, and so she did it, and that was amazing to watch her do that, wasn't it? That was just so awesome. And those spirits there at that old factory are still working to this very day. Yes, they are. Wolf and Hound, have you ever watched the South Cax? Way back in the day, man, I got to be honest with you, I don't have nothing personal towards those guys. Their content's really good. I don't know, man. I just
don't like them.
Well, I'm not gonna say I don't like them, but I just I don't and I know that they live around here or in South Carolina, I think maybe. But I have nothing against them, and I don't. And you know what? I'm not even going to offer up any opinions because I don't know enough about them to offer up an opinion about them. So I'm not going to. Other than, I do know that they're pretty good content creators. They do some pretty spooky shit, but I haven't heard anything out of those guys in a long, long time. I didn't even till you just brought it up. I don't even think I've heard that name in the past 2.5 years. I'm just going to be honest with you. So I only ask because they live in your neck of the woods. Yeah. We just recently found out that there's actually another paranormal group here in our neck of the woods. I don't know if they have a YouTube channel or not, but we know that they're around here somewhere. And so eventually we're going to look them up. Well, damn, guys, we hit the 2-hour mark tonight, and I guess that's all I really want to talk about. Yeah, like I said, I hadn't heard that name in almost 2.5 years, and I hadn't seen anything about them, and I don't. Yeah, so yeah. So that's all I can really say about those guys. I mean, I know of them, but I don't. I think I've maybe watched a couple of their videos in the past, and then it's just they kind of fell off, and we just moved forward. But if they're back to doing what they're doing or what they do, and they love what they're doing, then more power to them. I wish those guys the best of luck, and maybe in the future we can meet up with them or whatever and introduce ourselves. And we're trying to reach out to people that are local to us. Because it's always good to compare notes and stuff. And well, thank you, Fawn. I'm glad. Yeah, but Eddie and Jen, like I said earlier, we're really selective in who we deal with, and the reason why we're that way is because we put our trust in a certain individual and
the wrong people
and it caused us a lot of hardship our first 6-7 months in, and so yeah, now we're really selective,
ask Brother Ben about it.
Brother Ben knows all about our growing stages and stuff, what was done to us because of this individual and then a couple others, and we won't mention any of their names, but yeah, we're really selective who we deal with, and we're not just going to go out and shoot a video with just anybody. If I should have listened to my instincts that first. And two, it was our
meet up with Eddie and Jen, and we'll give them the list of names.
Oh yeah. We ever meet up with them, we'll tell you all about it. Yeah, so and that was our very first ever video collab. and these people just came back and told a bunch of goddamn lies on us. And of course, I shoved their lies right down their throats and proved every one of them to be liars. I even used their own videos against them to prove that they were liars. And what it was they were jealous of us. And these were some of the same people that said that Wolf and Hound would never last, that we would be gone in 6 months. And here we are
4 years later.
Just hit 1 million views. Here we are. We ain't gone nowhere. Nobody's ever been able to run us off from what we do. Nobody's ever going to be able to. And, so yeah, it's been a roller coaster. Yeah, it has been, Brother Ben. But Wolf and Hound, man, we don't tolerate no shit. And if somebody fucks with us, we come at them full force. And, man, like we've had a couple of them. We had a couple of these channels actually shut their asses down because they fucked around and found out.
Eddie and Jen, if you're on Facebook, send us a name and we'll tell you whether you're right or wrong.
I'm friends with Eddie and Jen on Facebook, I think.
Send us a name and we'll tell you whether you're right or wrong.
Oh, well, they would probably know, but these people were no names any damn way, and they're all gone. There's nothing left of them. And, so, they got conquered, and so it's all good. So they couldn't do nothing to us. They couldn't hurt us. They tried to, this one individual even went so far on a YouTube live and told people that I was butt raping my own son. And that was almost the end of days for that boy. He called me crying and begging not to come to his house. Because if I would have came to his house, I wasn't coming there to fight. That's not why I was coming. And
no, this dude was going to get a world-class stomping into the ground.
So he called us begging us not to come and do anything like that. And of course we didn't. And but yeah, this dude's long since disappeared, and he tried to resurface again here not long ago, but it's like everything else he does is a complete failure. And
well, I think the thing too that really had him terrified was within 10 minutes I had this fool's full name, address, and Google Maps zoomed in on his front door.
Google Maps satellite zoomed right down on his motherfucking front door. And I let him know it. And then Laura Lee messaged him and said, dude, I don't know if you understand what you've done, but these boys know where you fucking live, dude, and they're coming for you. And there ain't nothing you can do about it. And
Ghost Mama, you know who we're talking about.
Yeah, Ghost Mama knows who we're talking about.
Just don't say it.
Yeah, just don't say any names. But yeah, and then this individual just disappeared along with them other individuals. They all just disappeared. And I don't know if any of you guys have realized this yet, but all these fuckers for the past several years that were doing all this drama and all this backstabbing each other and all this bullshit, they're all gone now.
No, they're still. Some of them are still around and still doing the drama pool.
Yeah, but most of them, man, have dried up, and there ain't nothing left of them. And if you fart, you'd blow them away. And that's what happens. It's repercussions and consequences, man.
Oh, I guess one of them got blown away.
And so yeah, but we've outlasted every goddamn one of them. And we don't have to do these retaliatory hate streams anymore. Now I will. I've had to do a couple this past year, and put some people in check. They had to be checked. I'm not mentioning no names. They had to be fucking checked. And I got on here and checked. And first of all, if I do something to you, come to me and tell me that I've offended you or I've hurt your feelings. Don't do a live. Don't make that fucking mistake of doing a live and trying to talk shit about us. Because if you do, you're not going to like what happens. You're not. And trust me, we do our research, and we will pull up every bit of dirt on that individual, and we will fucking show it to the whole fucking world.
Oh, yes, I have connections.
Oh, yeah, trust me, we got connections. And So we got people who digs if we need them to. We haven't had to in a while. One, well,
Oh yeah, I could find out what you had for dinner last night, and you won't even know about it.
yeah. So don't ever make no mistake that we can't ever. That's one thing that a lot of those idiots did was they underestimated us, and you know. So man, this chair is fucked. I got to try to fix this somehow. I don't know. I don't know, man. It's the same damn thing that was going on with this chair. I can see it. It's been bothering me this whole damn time. So anyway, yeah, we don't put up with no bullshit. We're a lot more mild now than we were. We're not as wild as we used to be because we don't really have to be unless you force it on us. You know, we would just rather not have to do a retaliatory down live against somebody. But if you come at us a certain way with some bullshit, that's exactly what you're gonna get. That ain't changed one bit. And you know, if you feel a certain way about it, goddamn, we can meet somewhere. Cause I'm an old school motherfucker. I ain't one of these new age fruit flies flying around here. I'm an old school motherfucker, and you know, old school. Somebody better school them before I fool them, kind of thing. You know, and I don't know how you highlight the name, but yeah, brother Ben, but you've been present for many of us doing it. And I'll still do it to this day if I have to. I don't want to, but I will. Yeah, we were supposed to do, let's see, Ed Jen said, Woman Hound, we still love the video you did with the kiddos a couple years ago. Yeah, we were supposed to do a Kids Paranormal Day this year in November. I wasn't able to free up the time to get these kids together. But now it's entirely too cold, and so we're probably going to try for something like that in the spring. We got a couple. You know, we can't just take these kids to any random one of our locations because let's just to be honest, some of the places we go to are dangerous, and so you know we don't want nothing to happen to the kids. I'd rather something happen to me or Hound than you know happen to one of the kids. Like we both fell through floors. You know, I stepped on a freaking nail that was almost as big as my pinky finger at the abandoned farmhouse in the woods, and actually have that on video with that big son of a bitch on that board stuck in my foot, and I just like kick it out and just keep moving because I've stepped on so many nails in my lifetime, man. It hurts like hell, but I mean, really, what you gonna do about it? Cry about it? I'm not going to. What happened to your chair, Wolf? I don't know. This was a used chair. Somebody gave it to me. It was kind of like this. My fat ass has probably made it worse.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I got a chair. But
you can have this one back.
No, I don't want that one back.
Sit on this side. This side's good.
So, yeah, so that's all the things I wanted to cover, man. It has been like this whole YouTube paranormal journey, man. It's just been. That wasn't Mr. Sir, Ghost Mama. That was Sharky Malarkey. Mr. Sir's over here snoozing in the other chair. That's our newest baby, Sharky Malarkey.
Man, what y'all wet for?
He's probably been playing in the water.
What y'all wet for?
So anyway, man, it's been one hell of a journey, man, since we started. And like when we first started doing this, we didn't have nobody to teach us how to be paranormal investigators. I mean, we were just going off of watching other people and just kind of making it up as we go. Right, Hound? That's what we were doing. And then we just found that we had our own rhythm, and we've just been doing it that way ever since. You know, like, we have a certain way we investigate, and we'll go into a place. We don't spend 5 and 6 hours there most of the time. We go in, we shoot a video enough for an hour video, maybe two.
Oh, Mr. Sharky, what a long face.
And then we leave. Because first of all, I don't want to burden the spirits. They need a break just like we do. Like we take frequent breaks. That's because we need breaks. They need breaks too. So Oh yeah, that now man, that the abandoned farmhouse in the woods, has been abandoned since 1960 something or 1970. The house was abandoned and left abandoned. Nobody else lived in there before I was born, and I was born in 1973. And the only reason why the abandoned farmhouse in the woods is even still standing to this very day is because somebody had the good sense to put a tin roof on it.
Oh, is that so good?
And even now, weather has took its toll. Like I said, me and Hounds fell through the floor there. Hound fell through. I did.
Look, he's coming to tell
Hound.
you. I know he's coming over there to tell you.
And so that nail but I mean, I was already current on my tetanus shots and stuff, so I knew I was good, and I didn't even it didn't even bother me at all any of that night. I think a couple times it pained me a little, but other than that, it didn't hardly bleed. It was good. It was just a puncture wound. So, hell, being bit by the copperhead was way worse than that nail, but the copperhead happened before the nail, right now. And yeah, so anywho, I guess I'm going to go ahead and conclude this live tonight. I want to thank you all that showed up and come and hung out with us today. It was really good seeing some of you. Like I said, make sure if you haven't went and watched our new video, please go watch the new video, A Date with the Dead. You will not be disappointed if you haven't seen it. We certainly wasn't disappointed going in there. Like I said earlier, I think that me and Hound are winning those spirits over. They're coming out more. They're communicating with us more. Like we were getting, I don't think anytime we've ever been in the mausoleum have we ever got a REM pod response until the other night. And actually, we got several. Shorty Malorty. And so that was cool. So, Ghost Mama, don't be sorry about being late. You're never late. You're never early when it comes to the lives. You're only late when you're late to a premiere. The lives don't matter. And let's see, great live. Thank you, Ella. Are you still here? And Ghost Mama, thank you for coming. And Adrian, Fawn, thank you guys. We love you. Thank you for coming. Ed, Jen, man, we really thank you guys for coming and hanging out with us this evening. I look forward to coming back on your next live. And so I just wish you all have a good night. Stay warm, and just remember, if it's cold outside and you got a pet outside and you go outside and your ass is cold, they're cold too. Bring them in. We've tried to bring our little outside kitties in, and they'll come in for just a minute. They flip out. They want to go right back outside. But they're right by the door, and we have them pretty good setup to stay out of the cold, and they got each other. So.
And don't forget to get your pet spayed and neutered.
That's right. Spayed and neutered is important. And so I just want to tell you guys that I love you all, and thanks for coming. And we will see you next time around. I'm pretty sure that by this coming week we'll have a new video to premiere. I'm not sure where we're going. I'll get up with Kevin to see if they want to come down here, and if not, me and Hound will go. And actually, before I go, I'll just tell you what we've been thinking about doing. If me and Hound goes to the abandoned factory by ourselves, what we're going to do is a series of static cams. And we're going to start in one location, let the static cam run a while. Then we'll move the static cam to another location. We'll let it run a while. Then we'll go upstairs. But upstairs in that factory is creepy as hell. The whole fucking upstairs floor is like an old gymnasium floor. Squeaky as fuck when you walk on them wood planks. And so I'd like to sit the camera up there in the dark with some cat balls and shit around and leave and just let that sucker run and see what we can catch on it. And so I think you guys would really enjoy something like that. It would be something a little different. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But either way, like I said, you already know our plans for the next time we go to the Haunted Mausoleum. It's going to be involved laying on the floor and being blindfolded. That's going to be crazy as hell. I've already talked that over with Jenny Love. She thinks that would be freaking sweet as hell. So yeah, we're gonna probably do that. And y'all have a wonderful night. Please stay warm and blessed. Yeah, and all y'all, please stay warm. And if the roads are bad, you ain't got to go out. Stay your asses home. Don't put yourself and other people in jeopardy, and certainly don't put our fire personnel and emergency responders in jeopardy because they don't want to have to go. You know how hard it is driving a fire truck and shit, even with ice chains on, and that type of weather. It's kind of rough. So anyway, I wanted to tell you we love you and good night. And Wolf and Hound is out of here. Peace, guys.